добрый день, добрый вечер, доброе утро. Продолжаем Максимку. Что там, где там, корабль или что-то я уж не помню. И что это за хуйня? Всем привет, добрый день, добрый вечер, доброе утро. У нас тут Макс Пейн в Хитмана превратился что-то. Маленечко. Опа. Чё тебе надо? Все понятно. Пианист этот, блядь. Великий пианист. Что, золотишко есть где-нибудь? Золотишко. Хули орешь? Кто орёт? Вы что, ебанутые, что ли? Чё так много-то? Что-то жестко. Что-то плотно. Прячемся. На-ка. Ну это пиздец. Что за прикол-то с этой дверью? Сейчас пойдем. Ну-ка, что это такое? А, это дробовичок этот, да? Давай. Что, блядь, происходит? Все, вот так. На-ка.
Maybe there was something on the bridge. I checked every other inch of the boat. I spotted Passos and Marcelo. If I'd known back then that they'd been up to no good while I was fighting my way through a band of violent paramilitaries and a worse hangover, I might not have wanted to get over to them so bad. Hey, Passos! At the time, I hadn't thought too much about this. I hadn't thought too much about anything. Now I remember it, it didn't seem quite so kosher.
What about, what's her name, Daphne?
Do whatever you think is best.
I think it's best we try to go find her.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Вообще похуели, блядь. Ля. Хуля-ля.
See, I didn't think Passos was a bad guy. He didn't need to try to save this woman.
I'm a bad guy.
Through here. Didn't realize you knew your way around here.
using that building to get across the canal.
Пиздец. Что только на крыше или что?
There was some equipment in the truck next to me. It'd be a shame to see it go to waste. We can get across up top.
Куда это там эта хуйня полетела? Все уже заебал, падать там полдня. Че, ебанулись, ребят? Ну, блядь, чё? Президента какого-то захватывал или что происходит? В него там настрелять, короче, целую кучу можно. Ты же сказал, все будет. Сразу же в руку убили. Жесткие.
I don't know what I expected to find. On a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists, I'd been the cabaret act. Shooting whatever came in front of me was easier than coming to terms with that reality.
Хуя не изи. Че, он трупом пострелял, что ли? Че, куда ломанулся? Че случилось? Начинается экшончик. А еще кто что? Овца. Все. Четко. Не ссать. Это что такое, блядь? Я думал, он обгоревший какой-то висит. Ищем золотишко. Извините, чуть-чуть. Опа. Нет, нихуя, короче. Опа. Хуя он там в пилотке своей загасился. Чего охранял? А? Почему кровь-то черная? Что делаем?
Fancy seeing you here.
Вперед, Максимка, давай. Ты чё, блядь? С ума сошел? Ну, ребятки, дела у вас плохие. Куда надо-то, блядь? Вниз или по дорожке туда? Понятно, нахуй. Пойдем вниз, короче. На, все понятно. Все стало понятно. Шо ж ты, блядь? На нахуй, лобешник. Ты где там сидел-то, пассон? Ёпта. В этот раз что-то далековато. Это сейчас что было? Почему мне разрешили его добить? Опа. Ну и чё? Сучка ебаная. Это болик такую возможность дает, короче. Пизда. Чё за очко динозавра там, блядь? Идем, идем. Только успевай перезарядку нажимать. Далее, да, ёбаный рот. Так, спокойненько, спокойненько. А тут больше-то по сути некуда. Бушка, а нет, плечишка. Ну,
I blocked out all my questions. All I thought about was getting to Daphne Bernstein before it was too late.
Тут кому-то хуёво. Ну-ка, ну-ка, пойдем посмотрим. Ёпта мать.
Jesus Christ.
Что это за пиздец? Это вообще пиздец.
Fuck, man. This is brutal. I didn't think things would be like this.
Что это за пиздец? Потусовались, ребятки.
I should have jumped in that goddamn canal myself and swum my way back to New York.
Let me ask you again, Max. What do you think you were really doing in Panama?
I was
Да хуй
drinking.
его знает, бухал, ну.
People died. Innocent people. Who do you think robbed you?
I don't know. I was told it was people who disliked Daphne Bernstein, something about an unpleasant divorce.
Her ex-husband worked on Wall Street. Do you think he has easy access to Panamanian death squads?
Guess I didn't really think about it.
You were smuggling something, weren't you?
No. No. I mean, I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't think too much about it, but yes. Marcelo
Чубайлись.
did drive off with something. I don't know what. I didn't see him until we got to Brazil a week or so later.
I think it was money. I think Marcelo and Victor have a friendly banker there in Panama. Your little cruise was to deliver the cash to him because there it's easier to launder.
But I thought the Broncos were rich.
Rodrigo's rich. The other two, they live well, but they don't have real money. Victor's campaigns were always financed by his brother. That is the way among certain rich families there. The eldest brother is the
Наебалово
king.
практикует
He
или
gets
чё?
everything. The other two, not so much.
And now Rodrigo's dead.
Exactly. And Marcelo, too. It's an awful tragedy for Victor, huh? A man running on a law and order ticket, you know, whose brothers have both been killed in such terrible circumstances. A true patriot.
What about Marcelo?
Marcelo was an idiot. Were this true, I certainly don't believe he could possibly have known about it. But I do believe some other scheme, you know, some other bullshit. Whatever that cash was, Victor could have talked him into something. I don't know yet.
And Passos?
Raul Passos is a bum ex-cop.
Пасос
Failed in
деревянных
America,
или по пояс.
failed in Sao Paulo. He was surrounded by more money and more poverty than his tiny little head can handle. You think guys like that can't be bought?
No, but if...
But nothing. He's probably not a bad guy. He's just a man caught in the crossfire of a very rich family.
What about me?
You. You're the fall guy. The American.
Все как обычно.
Running around, acting like the action hero, killing lots of people. You're a stroke of genius.
That ain't how it is.
You were an angry ex-cop. You were sitting in a bar with a history of violence and a history of a bad temper. You were perfect.
Me and Passos went to the academy together.
Did you?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, let's take a drive, Max. You want to do some good? Want to get yourself killed in a good cause? Then I need you to check something out for me.
Like what?
That incident at the favela today. Now, some of my officers say a bus drove off some captives,
They did, I saw it.
but no captives were ever booked.
They probably handed them off to the paramilitary death squads, the,
Caixa Preto?
Right.
Who did?
I don't know, the cops. The other cops, the cops who shoot on sight.
The UFE.
Right.
Max, you see that building
Ебанемся,
there?
какие катсцены.
Imperial Palace Hotel.
Yeah, that's what it says. People go in there in large groups under armed guard, but it isn't a police station, and
Police
no one comes
station?
out of there.
Why don't you just go in and bust the joint, get a warrant?
I'm only a cop, Max.
So you keep saying. Time to find out what was going on here. I didn't fancy booking myself in the presidential suite, so went looking for the basement.
Basement. Все, погнали ебошить. Защитник обездоленных.
I wasn't too excited about the
Опять
acoustics in
полшестого.
this
То есть
place.
все, блядь, на
Couple of
полшестого всю
gunshots
дорогу.
would sound like I'd walked in here with a goddamn marching band.
Ух ты, блядь.
It wasn't pretty, but I guess none of what was about to happen was gonna be.
Ну, давай попробуем.
It was the question I kept on asking myself. How could I have been so blind? I was convinced the Broncos had gotten the wrong man for the job, but maybe
Чё тут
De
за
Silva was
лабиринт?
right. I was the stooge. The bad joke everybody got but me.
Everybody. Чё? Ёб твою мать. Ну чё, Хитман, попёрли? Все, догоняем, догоняем. Или чё, улики какие? Какие улики есть? Ага.
I'd thought about this too much, I'd never... Oofay. Was there anything they didn't have a grubby hand in? A few days earlier, I'd have called it a coincidence.
55
But I'd
повсюду
written
тоже.
off too many of those already.
Пусто везде. Нихуя. Давай, пью-пью.
The Imperial Palace Hotel was a 5-star bona fide shithole. I needed to
Бонафайд.
find out why guests were checking in by the busload and checking out by the bag load. Maybe the service would be better upstairs.
Пиздец. Да вот это бери, да. Где РПГ тут есть? Нихуя себе. Сильно, сильно.
Cuidado, ele está vindo nessa direção!
Че, блядь, как бабы-то? Следующий, где-то. Все, пизда. Не ори нахуй. Далече собрался. А? Кореглазый. Ну-ка иди сюда, бля. На. Все. Да, ты думаешь, резче меня, да? Опа, чё? Спокойненько лежим, нахуй. Опа. Сука. Сука, педик. Ёбаный в рот. Я его, блядь, даже не вижу. Так, все. Спокойненько. Оп. Ты, блядь. Ну ты пидрон, ну, с калашика хорош. Так. Тупичок. Так, подожди. Сюда. Сюда хуй. тупо вниз, да и все, что ли? Ну, конечно. Сам ты хуяси, слышь. Калашек даем. Ну, паулики.
DeSilva and I had the same fan club.
Вот кто я.
I knew enough, and he
Или
knew
не
too much. We
посередке.
both become targets. Passos' ID card. It was no great surprise he'd made their hit list, but to discover he was really Colombian? No wonder some locals seemed to laugh at his accent. What else had he lied to me about?
Да тут что-то, блядь, все тебя наебали, кому не лень. Нихуя!
Não tem como escapar da justiça. Meu medo de morrer, seu babaca.
Что такое, ребятки? Вам плохо? Бывает. Золотишко даем, хорошо живем.
If I'd thought about this too much,
Ну,
I'd
таблетки
never get
тоже
through it.
неплохо.
I knew this thing was bigger than me. Bigger than the Broncos, but I only had a glimpse of the whole picture. Like looking in the mirror and for an instant seeing what everyone else sees. A bad caricature of a better man.
Опа. Все, собрал базуку? Ага, блин. Размечтался. Ню.
Buffet. That deal at the favela was getting dirtier by the minute. Those bastards were clearly in bed with the Crush of Prado. Now we just had to find out why. Starting with a bit of bedtime reading for Mr. DeSilva. When you've lived the kind of life I've lived, reality comes at you through a different lens. But nothing could have prepared me for what was on the other side of that door. I had to get those poor
Какие-то
bastards
живые
out of
люди здесь.
there.
Get him out of here. Go. Go. Quick. I said get.
Пиздуйте отсюда.
Serrano.
Опа.
Pathetic. A man defeated. I walked away and left him to his own personal nightmare.
Петушок. Замутит что-нибудь сейчас по любасу.
Whatever hell this was DeSilva had sent me into, I knew I had to put an end to it.
Сейчас положим всему конец.
I had no choice but to push on. I didn't understand everything, and I never would, but I understood enough. Sometimes a complicated problem is best tackled with a simple solution.
Continue atirando!
Что это за хуйня? Что это за хуйня была? А вот и все, и третья, да, гранатометина? Нихуя. На все вырубай. Понос этот, блядь. Ёб твою мать. Ну чё его, чё глаза? Успокаиваемся. Ничего не понимаю, что там пиздишь. Давай, хули ты там? Где там еще один видел? Ну, сука, не один. Они чё, блядь, до него не долетают или чё? Ну ты еще в ЛБшник наконец. Наконец и под конец. Что, патрончик-то есть? Ну-ка.
It looked like Victor had won the sympathy vote, found his universal connection to the people, triumph out of tragedy. Part of me couldn't help thinking that had been his plan all along.
Патрончики даем. Что за гони? О, давай бери эту шляпу. Опять ты с своим роялем, блядь.
There it was, soundtrack to my life.
Молодец.
And for a few seconds came harmony. Finally.
Не делай такое игло. На дебила похож. Это что тут за хуета хирургическая?
What the fuck is going on here? How much do you want? What have you been doing? I am a doctor. I help people. What have you been doing here? It's easy for you. Listen, I know people. They will kill you. I can help you. Trust me. Please, please. What have you been doing? I have a lot of money. Look, look. Lots of money. I do important research. Please. Caralho! Caralho! Espera, espera. Eu posso explicar tudo. Tudinho.
Фас нахуй.
Por favor. Pelo amor de Deus. Por favor, não me mata.
Теперь не до порфавора.
Não. Pelo amor de Deus. E aí, doutor?
Ёбаный, грёбаный.
For all Serrano owed me, he'd paid enough. For now, I had bigger debts to call in. Even I could guess what Demolisal meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one.
Пустотень. Нет ни шутя, нифига. Молотки, блядь. Молотки, блядь.
It was locked from the outside.
Аутсайд сзади.
They had a fucking arsenal in here. It was time to
Наконец-то.
bring this little hellhole to the ground.
Да
So
какой
I decided to put some of their
пиздец
C4
пулемет
to good use.
берет. Броня или что? Стоять, мне надо болики там взять. Ты чё? А, ты тут все залаживать собираешься. Че, одну только что ли? Так, надо в комнату вернуться. Так, это что такое?
Call it evidence for De Silva.
Нихуя, это какой-то бешеный Томпсон. Погнали с ним. Что, надо прилеплять и ходить или чего? Так, точно. Опа. Только на такие, получается, на красненькие, типа несущие.
I'd seen some dark shit in my time, but this was something else.
Последняя.
These vermin had gone into a place where life was cheap and found a way to get rich off it. I just wanted to finish this and get far away from here. But then,
Сколько
true
там
to
у тебя?
form, more of the rats come out of their
Минер
holes.
хуев.
Ninguém sai desse prédio até esse cara tá morto.
Нет, еще есть. Да что ты, блядь, от этой стенки? На, еще тебе парочку. Не попал.
At least my visitors have been kind enough to leave the gate open.
На это и есть. На это и есть. А что на это? Ну это и есть. Пойдем тогда откуда они пришли. А.
It was time to see what VIP treatment awaited me on the penthouse floor.
Че, блядь, не заложил еще или чего? Раз, два. Вон оно что. Че, я же пытался пробежать. А, вон оно что. Долго, ребятишки. Что, ради этого давали винтовку, что ли? Да. Че, ебать, ебанулись? Давай ему автоматом. Ох, нихуя.
Any time I'd bought had been going real cheap. If I was
Ребята,
gonna
вы
plant
куда
the rest of
лезете,
those
нахуй?
explosives, I had to do it now.
Ну тут в натуре подорвать все решил. Пулемет берем, дольше живем. Опа. Хорош. Все. Что-то, ребятки, вы мне дали такой пизды, что я чуть не помер. Тут есть? Да, я вот зашел сюда, липанул. Опа. Все, да. Да, золотая РПГ. Осталось только хоть раз РПГ найти. Там есть, тут есть, вот сюда.
That was the last of the explosives. I just hoped it was enough to bring down the building. And all the evil in it.
Ну нихуя что ли, ничего.
Who wants to take a shot? You see what this is? Come on, anybody? Want to be a hero? I got nothing to lose. Let's do it.
Que porra que tá acontecendo aqui?
Senor Neves.
What the fuck is your problem, man?
My problem? My problem? Wanna know what my problem is? You're turning humans into glue. That's what my fucking problem is.
I don't know what you're talking about, American. All I know is what I hear about you. You bodyguard for the Brancos. They are all dead. You help the poor. Today, many of them dead. You are a proper American hero.
At least I fucking tried.
Well done with your effort.
И что, мы заебашим
The
эту
whole
мексикашку,
city
нет?
is grateful. The great American savior of the poor.
That's right.
You think you made any difference? You think stopping this legitimate business venture is helping anyone?
Legitimate? You're stealing people's organs!
We pay for everything. We have the record.
Oh, so people can sell their livers, their hearts, their eyeballs? You're insane, you sick fuck!
We kept people safe in the city. Decent people. Safe.
Опять пиздёж,
I
не
know a
пойми с
lot
какой
of
стороны,
powerful
блядь.
people.
Well, your powerful people aren't gonna help you out of this one, buddy.
Ну погнали. Тихо, блядь. Блядь, в глаз прям угодили, сучки. Чё, куда я что ли не денусь? Чё? Опа, ёптаны. Ну нахуй. Хорош. Блять, урод. Сука, мышь кучерявая. Сука, что происходит? Ну чего ты? Да ёбаный, чё ты... Ладно, ребятушки, мы на этом закончим. В следующей серии продолжим. Всем спасибо, пока. Спасибо. Спасибо, бля.